everybody. Welcome back to
What's up?
To the Man Bunkbed Podcast. We're a bunk light on tonight's podcast, at least for a little while.
We're a little top heavy today.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. So maybe instead of like a top bunk, we'll just have like a middle and a bottom bunk, right? It seems like a liability to have a top bunk when there's no bottom, right?
Nah, it's more fun that way though. Keep us on the edge.
Okay. All right. So my name is Zach. I'll be your host. I'm the middle bunk for tonight. To my right, I have Nolan, a.k.a. Fat Squirtle. He's going to be our bottom bunk.
Always bottom.
We've got, it's okay. Always bottom bunk there. We got a couple things we're going to get to tonight. We're going to talk about some running back stuff, the 3.0 update. We're going to talk about some wild takes from the first full week of preseason games. And then we're going to get to an Underdog draft, our first three-man Bunkbed Underdog draft. We might also have a guest appearance from someone that looks a lot like me, for those of you who are going to watch this.
The mystery.
For those of you not watching, it's possible my twin is going to jump on and do our Underdog draft with us. So
Spoilers.
We'll see. All right. So before I do that, though, of course, here at Man Bunkbed Podcast, please, if you like what we're doing, jump on YouTube, subscribe, watch our videos, share them. Jump on Spotify if YouTube videos are not your jam. If you'd rather just listen, we do have a Spotify account. And then, go check out our partners at fantasyfootballadviceforum.com. So, again, that's the community we're building there. We just had a big weekend at the Fantasy Football Expo. We're going to talk about that probably on next week's episode. Go to the Fantasy Football. Yeah, go to the fantasyfootballadviceforum.com. Check us out. Join the community. You can produce content, or you can just go there to get great fantasy football stuff so you can dominate your leagues. So, all right. All right, Owen, let's do the 3.0 running back update. We had some running back developments from this week to our last week.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I wish I had a knocking on the door noise. We have our guest appearance earlier than advertised. Everybody, welcome in. He's going to be the top bunk for tonight. So let me move him a little bit. Yeah,
that's right.
No, in your bottom.
And I'm going to be sneaking
always where I belong. That's fine. You two have to be next to each other. I understand.
Everybody, welcome in. We got Josh. You'll find him on Twitter at BradleyTwin01. He's also going to be on the advice forum as well for same screen name, BradleyTwin01. What's going on, Josh?
What is up? I'm going to be hanging out here, sneaking a couple of french fries in.
Priorities are important.
I'm far enough from the mic. You shouldn't hear like a full-on crunch.
Maybe we want to hear the crunch. Come on now.
Hey, real quick, I agree with Nolan. Where are these french fries from?
Where are these from, man?
They're from the local place of my kitchen and the air fryer.
Hey, well, cheap.
How fiscally responsible of you, Josh.
Right? Look at you.
Oh, you can all thank my wife. She's at notontwitter.com.
Nolan's also at notontwitter.com.
Club.
That's awesome. All right, Josh, we're going to do a running back update. So if you want to jump in, you can. So this week we had, in the biggest news, interestingly, maybe not the biggest news, but for me it's wild. The last two updates we've had a Jonathan Taylor update, and this week's update is kind of anticlimactic compared to the broad scope of things. He's back at camp.
Still on pup though.
Rehabbing like it's now an ankle injury.
Oh my God! It's an actual injury now, not a.
Yeah, it wasn't an injury. It wasn't a rib injury, so now it's an ankle injury. Mm-hmm. But maybe most importantly for Colts fans and for these chess-playing owners, this dude's back at camp. I think I'm not sure that's an indication that he's getting a big contract. I think he's taking these, cuts in pay from not being at camp, and dude's back up there getting his checks.
Yeah.
He's still in that rookie deal.
Right. I mean, even with like the two new signings that we're going to get to here in a second, he's not getting that deal he wants.
No way.
Oh my God! Look at
Josh with his FFAF koozie
like
there.
Hashtag ad over here.
Yeah. We don't have paid advertising.
Brought to you by Sprite Lemonade Legacy.
Ooh.
Brought to you by
Dope.
Bury you at the
Bury you
beach.
at the beach.
All right. So John Taylor back at camp. If the results of this giant debate and this big schism with the organization is that he just comes back to camp and signs like a
$10 words.
You like that? He just comes back and signs like a regular deal or even a 1-year Saquon deal. We're calling those running back deals that are the reworked franchise contracts. Those are not Saquon deals.
Yeah. Of all the 1-year deals, this is still the highest.
Yeah, he's got $11 million a year. If running backs were getting signed for $11 million a year for multi-years, they would all sign. But maybe Saquon's smart. If you're going to stay healthy, you just keep signing, 1-year deals and make all your money.
Hey, man, I would almost call that the Giants front office twist that arm deal.
So
They brought James Robinson on to intimidate him into having to play.
On the Man Bunkbed Podcast, we are under no illusions that the players have power here. They don't. At least not the running backs.
Unfortunately, but
yeah. All right, Nolan, what else do we have in running back news this week? JT back at camp. What else?
JT, we got Zeke to the Patriots, which I feel like is the least fantasy relevant of the two signings that happened yesterday.
Agreed.
Fantastic back. At this point, knees are shot. He is a blocking back. For all those people,
so.
I feel like that are worried about Ramondre's stats. I'm not super worried.
I'm not worried either. They literally signed him. They made the comments in the offseason that Ramondre looked a little bit overworked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's so good. They liked him so much last year that they want to make sure he doesn't get overworked. Yeah. So
it's nice to not have just nobodies behind him, too.
Yeah, it's not going to be Pierre Strong now. Right. It will be Ezekiel Elliott. I think he's going to be in there to pass block for Mac. Mm-hmm. I think, he does have a shot at some goal line, short yardage work. But it's not going to be Jamal Williams 17 touchdowns.
No.
It's going to be
it'll be 5-6 touchdowns probably.
Yeah, that's fine. And Ramondre honestly needs that. For you Ramondre owners out there or prospective Ramondre owners, I don't know. I'd feel a little bit safer taking him knowing that he's got a guy who can spell him that's not named Pierre Strong, or that has actually had 1,000-yard seasons.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm glad he has a backup running back that has had 500-yard seasons. So, Zeke going to Ramondre. Josh, are you dying? Josh,
I had a thought, and I feel very strongly about it.
Oh, yeah.
Talking strictly NFL news, both great signings, going to improve the teams. I've been hitting people up on Twitter all day, and the only one that anyone thinks banks on the Patriots deal is Ramondre. So far, I mean, there's the outliers, but everyone's saying, hey, it's not really going to affect his carries that much. And I'll say the same thing I said on Twitter is, fantasy-wise, I'm still not touching a New England running back. They've never done me any favors. Belichick's defensively oriented. He's going to throw the ball when he can. He is. The defense is good, man. They're fantasy relevant good. They were last year and the year before that.
Sorry to disagree.
But the only format I'm taking Zeke or Ramondre in is best ball, just to cross my fingers and hope.
We'll test that theory shortly.
Yeah, I was about to say, Ramondre did end up. He was number 7 PPR running back last year.
1,000 yards, Josh.
1,000 yards.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you on my Mac.
I mean,
I'm sorry,
400 yards receiving, too. It's not like he was irrelevant in it,
Josh, are you working like a FFAF, Koozie Coke, mac and cheese, and french fry? What are we having for dinner tonight, guy?
Man, you'll be lucky if I'm not eating my chicken off an FFAF plate, okay?
He's loyal to the brand.
That's right, brand loyalty. What is your FFAF koozie?
Yeah, where is it? Holding out on us.
Yeah.
But in the much more important fantasy relevant signing, Dalvin Cook to the Jets.
Dalvin Cook to the Jets. So I didn't see the financials yet. Have they posted that yet? Is it anything?
I think it was like a $8.6 million.
He definitely got paid more than Zeke.
Yeah, it was up to 8.6. I think it was 4 base, maybe, with incentives. I forget the exact number, but it was it's got a lot of incentives in it. But I think it maxed out at 8.6.
Look, I got to tell you, for a running back that was not in this system, that's not from this organization, to get signed to an $8 million deal, I think that's a pretty big financial commitment.
Right. I mean, your star running back is just came off the pup today.
Yeah.
So no telling how long it's going to take him to get back. And even if he does, usually it takes 2 years to come back from that ACL injury. And his first year back, they only signed him to a 1-year deal. I feel like for a redraft league, this is very relevant. Dynasty league, I would still high on Brees though.
Yeah. Redraft and your best ball redrafts, like, yeah, dude, I would fade Brees Hall in a big way here.
Yep.
In the same way that I would entertain, and we'll test it in a minute, I would entertain taking Dalvin Cook in a best ball draft now. Maybe not redraft. It depends on like where he falls. But in the best ball where you're talking about for touchdowns, yeah, man, like in that offense with Aaron Rodgers and all those receivers, it's a clear. I hate to say that it's a clear indictment on where they think Brees Hall's health is right now.
His ADP is about to start tanking. On Underdog, he's at 35.8. It's about to get into the 50s. Dalvin's is about to start shooting up too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So get him early while you can before those ADPs change so much.
Wild.
Yeah.
So JT being back, we'll see. Not really a resolution there, but I think it's probably leaning towards he's going to play on that rookie deal or maybe get a 1-year Saquon deal.
Nah, man, it's Deion Jackson's team.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's Anthony Richardson's team. Just announced starter.
Yep.
He's going to lead them in rushing this year if Jonathan Taylor does not suit up.
I really thought Gardner Minshew was going to start at least a couple games.
Dude, he has such luxurious hair. The second that Anthony Richardson goes down, he will start.
He will start.
Well,
of course.
Zeke going to the Patriots, not a big deal. Awesome for the Patriots.
Awesome.
A great fit, I think, for what they're trying to do. Not a big fantasy impact.
Yep.
And then Cook going to the Jets. Yeah, you got to watch that. That's something to monitor.
Yep.
Yeah, that's something to monitor in a big way there. All right, cool. All right, Josh, we're going to do some preseason hot takes. So based on the slate of preseason games, and for those of you out there, if Josh says something silly, he had no prep, okay? We were down a man on our bunk bed, and he just jumped in, okay? So if he says something silly like basketball quotes, it's okay. Let it go, okay?
One of the three of us spent the week at the FF Expo, okay? I feel like I'm a little supercharged for some football
It's true.
things, all right?
With your piano in the background.
I have a fancy house, I'll have you know.
All right, so I'm going to go on – it's probably the lowest hanging fruit, okay? But my first hot take of the preseason is clearly that with the continuation of the Baltimore Ravens' undefeated streak in the preseason, they're now at 24 undefeated wins, that the Baltimore Ravens are going to win their division and go to the playoffs. Book it. They can't lose in the preseason, okay? That's my first hot take.
What was it, 2015 was the last time?
Yes, the last time they lost in the preseason.
That's just stupid.
Let's go. Look, if you're going to make something important, you commit to it. And winning in the preseason is vital to how they approach their year, okay?
That's like saying
Baltimore Ravens,
the Grizzlies
undefeated.
winning that G League title was important.
You know, that was like wildly important to us, though. Like when I think back to that, I was super pumped.
No. I mean, yeah. I think they have a shot to make the playoffs, shot to make a run, honestly. If
he's
stay healthy this year, yeah. If Lamar stays unhurt, if Mark Andrews, number one receiving target on that team, nobody else is relevant.
I think if they're kind of their big three, right? Like even if Lamar, if Mandrews and J.K. are healthy, we know they're going to have a good defense like that.
I mean, J.K. doesn't even necessarily have to be. Even when Gus Edwards gets on the field, he averages 5 yards a carry.
Yeah.
So it's not like they don't have people that can't run the ball,
Plus Lamar, but
right.
If their dudes stay healthy, yeah, they're going to be something to throw down on for sure.
Right.
But
you've got an MVP winning quarterback on your team still.
After week 2 of the preseason, but the first full week of games, Baltimore's still undefeated since 2015.
I've got your hot take, though. Aiden O'Connell is going to be the best quarterback to come out of this class.
Ooh, that is a scorching hot take. But I love it. I'm here for it.
He looked fantastic.
Of all the rookie quarterbacks that played, well, maybe not all. It might be a 1B to Stetson. But Aiden O'Connell was freaking awesome.
Stetson looked pretty good, too. Because the top ones, looked so much worse than the bottom guys like that.
Yes.
Like the Stetsons and the Aiden O'Connells looked so much better than C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. And
it was almost
honestly,
it was almost like your classic like the guys with the draft status and the expectations were tight. And Aiden O'Connell in the 4th round was just like, let's go do it, man.
I feel like the issue you're going to run into with this argument is they've played more football because they're older guys that came out super late. Stetson Bennett's 39 years old.
Well,
So, but
approximately.
CJ Stroud looked terrible. Absolutely fucking awful. Bryce looked fine, nothing special. Honestly, even in the 1 and 2nd year guys, I'd still believe it. Because Trey Lance looked god-awful, too.
He's seeing ghosts. Trey Lance
that was
ghosts.
crazy. That man, his touchdown was a fake touchdown. It should have been an interception. There were 2 other picks in defenders' hands that were dropped. He was running scared. It was bad, man.
I'm with you.
It was bad.
Yeah, if Jimmy G goes down,
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie to you, especially in dynasty leagues,
Super deep league, yeah.
Yeah, I'm acquiring Aiden O'Connell and
because they've still got Devontae to catch the ball.
Yeah,
Renfro's coming back. I know you don't care, but I do. Like
He's fine.
It's not like they don't have people that can't catch the ball.
Yeah, he's a gym rat. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, didn't he have a 1,000-yard receiving season?
Yeah, dude, he's good. He's like underrated good, like all slot receivers,
Yeah, he has a 1,000-yard receiving season. Like, it's not like he's a nobody.
Yeah, no, he's fine. He's fine.
I mean, Josh Jacobs, like, it's not like they have nobodies on their team.
Well, and then like I said, he's more of a blocker at this point, but they've got like Austin Hooper and Michael Mayer at tight end, and Jimmy G likes his tight ends.
They got Jacoby Myers this year too.
Yeah. So if Jimmy goes down, Aiden O'Connell through his first week, we'll keep watching. He looked good, man. He looked really good for a team that has like kind of a big question mark at quarterback if it's not Jimmy G.
Is he back with the team yet?
Yeah, he's back with the team. Cleared his physical. He failed it, and they were going to terminate the contract, but they wrote in a clause that if he could pass it by a certain date in training camp, that it would come back in and be okay. So he got whatever the issue was fixed and passed that physical so he could join the team. He's still rehabbing. They're going to have him on a pitch count through the preseason, so you're not going to see a lot of Jimmy G, but that's good. He does have a pretty checkered injury history there.
Yep. I mean, he's only got, 2 seasons he's played over 11 games?
Yeah.
There's only been 3 seasons in his career he's played double-digit games.
Yeah.
Granted, he was a backup for most of them, but still, it's fine.
But I mean, look, I know it's against preseason guys and second and third stringers and fourth stringers in some cases, but they play the 49ers. This is an organization that's all about depth, guys that step up and start and dominate. So, I wouldn't say it's a nothing game, but it certainly got my attention.
I'd like to see Brock. I wonder if he's going to play. I'd like to see him get on the field.
Probably, dude, it's going to be the week 3. Well, I guess it's preseason week 4, but the last preseason week, I bet he suits up for the first quarter. He's going to go out there.
Technically, it's preseason week 2.
Yeah. But he's going to – he'll play. I doubt we see him for more than 1 quarter of football this preseason total.
If a drive. I'd like to see him get on the field because it's been a while since he's played meaningful football, and it was very limited last year before he got hurt. So,
all right.
I'd like to see him.
I've got my next hot take baked and ready to come out of the oven here.
Let's hear it.
So after watching him play as a starter for the 2023 Green Bay Packers, I've got to wonder if they don't have their 3rd Hall of Fame quarterback, locked and loaded.
Well, let me mark that out on my list because that was also going to be one of mine. Did
I hot take snipe you?
You did hot take snipe me. He looked excellent. He was calm. He was cool. He stood up high in the pocket. He looked good. I know it was just 1 drive, but man, it looked good while he was out there.
Oh yeah, and look, if you're taking a Green Bay receiver, the difference in ADP, give me Romeo Dubes.
Give me Romeo Dubes for the
day.
ADP. I love Watson for the upside. If you're looking for the ceiling, it is Watson. But Romeo Dubes is gonna get some damn targets for the ADP. It's gonna be a steal. And I like that Luke Musgrave got all the first team reps too.
Yeah.
High on Luke Musgrave this year.
Tagged.
I know you
bob and weave in here.
I know you normally steer away from rookie tight ends, but there's a bunch of them this year that I'm weirdly high on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like to think that mine aren't hot takes. They're just observations. And I think I loved seeing a recent Green Bay quarterback that didn't get on screen and be like, so when I go to my darkness retreat and take mushrooms, I'll make decisions. Jordan Love was like, yeah, I mean, you know, football and
don't you?
football,
Yeah, I feel like while they're blessed with Hall of Fame quarterbacks, like dudes got ghosts in the closets, right? Like these dudes, like they have to be fundamentally flawed individuals. So I hope that if Jordan Love is talented and good for the Green Bay Packers, as I think he might be, he's not like, you know, allegedly frauding, you know, university money
God.
or like going on darkness retreats.
It was state money. He took that from.
Yeah. For a university.
A welfare fund he stole that money from.
So, yeah, they might be 2-0 and maybe going on 3-0 on Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Two of those guys got some stuff, you know, like they're a little weird.
Hopefully this one will be a little more down to earth.
Here's hoping for Jordan Love to be great and also just kind of a normal fella. I would say if you're going to watch off the field game tape, Jordan Love, check out Kirk Cousins. He's just a good dude, okay? That's my hot take. Jordan Love, Hall of Fame.
My next one. Commanders are going to be a top 10 offense.
No.
Yep. I liked what I saw from the whole team. Dotson coming back healthy, looking great. Somehow, going to be a top 10 quarterback. Calling it.
In my efforts to debunk this one, I go to Bleacher Report, and the picture is a huge Sam Howell photo that says backup playmakers ready to break out.
Oh, my God.
Bleacher Report's here for you.
You got Scary Terry. You got Dotson coming off injury. Sam Howell looks fantastic. Brian Robinson, going to be a lot better. I'm missing a running back. My mind is blanking on who it is. And then Curtis Samuel's a 5-6 touchdown machine.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're going to be good this year, man.
No, they got the bones for it. It just all lands on the quarterback. Like, if Sam Howell's good, they'll be good. Sam Howell's not good, like, they're not so good at the skill positions that they will, like, transcend bad quarterback play.
I mean, he didn't play much, but when he was out there that first game, it looked good, man.
We're just praying we get more starters in this next week so that we can, like,
so we have
bounce
more to
back.
actually talk about.
So next week's hot takes.
If I was going to talk about backup running backs, I'd definitely be talking about Khalil Herbert's 56-yard touchdown or Zach Charbonnet absolutely flooring some sad second-string starting defenders. I mean, I was watching that game in the bar, and, I mean, people blew up. I mean, he floored two. It was the same guy in two plays. Same guy in two plays.
He was like a third-string safety, though. Let's be honest. He was a third-string safety.
Bless him.
But you know what, dude? He knocked him straight to the fourth string.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what he did. He knocked him. We saw, like, running backs do this in the preseason to defenders. He got him cut, probably. He probably got that dude cut.
Got that guy
and
cut.
He probably literally cut that dude from employment. I mean, it was hardcore.
It's not a hot take, Josh, but there is a spin move from Israel Abanikanda.
Oh my! It was the dirtiest thing I've ever seen.
Josh, have you ever played Madden and you get that spin move where you spin and the dude runs
press circle
right by you?
This
happened. The guy stopped and looked at his teammates to see if they saw that it happened to him, and then started running to chase him.
That guy got cut that day.
Yeah, he didn't make it. He got his bags at the locker room door. Poor dude. I got one more hot take for me.
All right, let's hear it.
I would be remiss if I did not come on here on our first preseason hot takes for 2023 and not talk about the Saints.
Oh my God.
My first hot take for the Saints this year is that after that first drive, we're going Derek Carr for MVP, baby. Derek Carr all the way. He was perfect. And they've got the weapons in this offense to be explosive in a very weak NFC South division. And really kind of like in the scheme of the NFL, like the grand scheme, like a weaker NFC compared to the AFC. Like, I'm going Derek Carr for MVP out of the New Orleans Saints.
They got the weapons to do it.
I do have one actual hot take. And I've been judged for this.
Yeah, let's hear it.
By fantasy football professionals.
Oh, my God.
And I don't care. Bailey Zappi's getting that job this year.
Nah.
He's getting it. He's going to take it from poor old Mac, put it on the bet board. I'll collect my winnings at the end of the season.
I think Nolan wants to agree with you.
In my heart of hearts, y'all know I've always been a Bailey Zappi guy. I was calling it before he ever got fucking drafted that senior year of college. But, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Where did he play?
Yeah, he played.
Let me look this up. Hold on. What's the box score?
We're going to the box?
We're going to the box. How did he do?
He
12,
did play.
14, 79. That's... God, he got sacked. He's got to get some feet is what he's got to get. Jesus.
Nah, he's not known for his athleticism, boys.
Neither was Tom Brady.
Well,
Tom Brady had 1,000 career rushing yards, and it took him 20 years to get those. Okay?
And you know what? He's the return to
see, that's what you get.
the GOAT.
Karma came so quickly for you on your Bailey Zappi take.
You got what you deserved for saying that one.
It's amazing.
We'll see. Put it on the board.
All right, I'm fine with it. Look, it would be fine. Like, they're such similar quarterbacks and, like, the way that they play that, like, it's clear they were like, who looks just like Tom Brady? Let's just go get a couple of those guys and see if they can do it,
How long in the season until we see that they're dropping Trey Lance?
Oh, yeah. They won't drop him. There's too much draft capital.
Yeah,
but
they spent too many firsts on him. But God, he's third on that depth chart. 3 first-round picks for where he's sitting on that depth chart.
yeah. All right, we're gonna jump into really quickly. We're gonna jump over to Underdog and start this process. See what we can get done in our normal time without going an hour on this podcast.
See if we can snipe each other is the issue with this.
Josh, you got Underdog pulled up there, pal? All right, so Josh, the way this works is we're gonna do the puppy 3, and it is important, Josh, that we all jump in at the same time.
So, on go, hit enter.
Because there's a chance we don't end up in the same lobby. And there's no backsies. Like, there's no take backsies on this. Once the lobby locks, it's over. So, all right. 1, 2, 3, enter. That's fine.
How many to start?
I'm 4 to start on mine.
Start. Look at this guy.
It's making me pick rankings.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, hurry up, pick one. Just pick, like,
That's too late.
Well, all right.
Wait,
That is up, fellas.
Well, Josh didn't make it, and Nolan, you're 1-5. I am at the 111. Let's go.
Must be nice. I haven't had a late pick in so long, and it pisses
Well, Josh,
me
set
off.
your ranking and jump into an Underdog draft, and we can still talk about it.
Okay, I'm in one, and I am 1-1.
Ooh, gross.
Nolan, I'm not even going to set any Quayways. All right, so for those of you who don't know Underdog or Best Ball, FFAF is an official partner with Underdog. So Underdog does Best Ball drafts. Best Ball is fantasy football where you draft once, then you don't have to set lineups. Like, it just puts the best players in all year for you based on their total score. So if you want, like, low impact fantasy football, this is it. This is it. Yeah, it takes a little bit of money, but this is a $5 draft we're doing, and the payout is what, Nolan? What's our max payout
Oh my God,
here?
what is it, like $200K in this one?
Yeah, $200K for a $5 payout. And you don't have to do any work other than the draft.
Well, granted,
So,
it's out of 200,000 other drafts, but still. I think
you
it's like
kinda-
the top, like 10,000 people still at least make a couple bucks, so
yeah,
Just
and
kidding.
you're
good enough odds for me.
you're doing kind of the most fun part of fantasy football, at least in my opinion, is drafting. So Nolan and I are in the 40s on amount of drafts for Underdog going into the season.
Getting real close to 50.
We're getting Josh's first one out of the way here. All right, Nolan, so you're going to be at the 1-5. You're going to be looking at, like, Tyreek or Cup, maybe
Yeah.
McCaffrey if they.
I'm
if
hoping
they fade him.
Tyreek falls. Probably looking closer to Eckler, maybe. I've been
Okay.
hitting Diggs a lot in the 5 to 7 range.
I'm with you on that.
Because if you can, sometimes Josh Allen's ADP's been falling. Sometimes you can get him on the come around. It's hard to not pick Cup here, though, isn't it?
If he's healthy, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Kelsey?
No, it's fine. No, we're gonna stick with it. Stick with the strategy. We're going Diggs.
Okay.
See if on the 3-5, see if Josh Allen falls.
Nolan, I don't know if you know, by the way, Nolan in Underdog is wing 14. I being Zach is Z-Bird 10391, so y'all know who's picking who. Nolan, we jumped into a football draft with another Nolan.
Did we know?
It happened. It finally happened.
There's so few of us in the world. It's crazy.
So, Josh, are you in one? Where is I know you're chewing. Where's your draft slot?
9.
Oh, you're in the money, pal.
Solid.
Yeah.
9 to 12, best spots.
Yeah. I'm really fine 7 and later.
Yeah.
Hey, I meant to ask, by the way, for our 10-year league, in the preseason pick'ems, is it just whoever highest percentage drafts first, or they get to pick their pick?
They get to pick their pick. We're not crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, so for me, this is probably the guy I'm most high on this year in fantasy football. I'm going Nick Chubb here. I took him at 7 in a draft a couple of days ago, which is a bit of a reach on ADP, but I'm very happy he falls to me at 111. That is my RB1 this year. So
I was watching a video earlier, and didn't he average only 5 yards a game receiving? Did I remember that right?
Kareem Hunt's gone.
Yeah.
And Jerome Ford already is injured.
But you've got, the next one.
Who's it going to take here? Nolan B23. Oh, let's go. This is the exact same way my draft went the other day, except I picked earlier. So I'm getting Nick Chubb and Amon-Ra St. Brown. We're going with Sun God.
Yeah, I feel like the floor with Sun God is just so high. It's hard not to pick him there.
Especially with Jameson suspended and our boy Quintez Cephas gone. The receiving options there are kind of drying up unless we're really, really high on Sam Laporta as a rookie tight end. And I am high on him.
People are.
But I think he profiles for – you're right. I love the way you said that. Such a high floor that he makes a really, really safe high pick if he stays healthy.
You got Bijan and Saquon on the wraparound.
Nice.
That's fine.
That's solid.
And Josh, for best ball, you'll see a lot of these guys, they're going to fade running backs. So
I usually don't touch running back until the 4th or 5th round. I feel like in that area, you just got so many value guys coming 4 to 7.
All your running backs will be there for me.
And Josh here at 3-Man Bunkbed, we don't care about bye weeks.
We don't care about bye weeks anymore. We're fading bye weeks.
And we're fading bye weeks. So if you end up with 9 guys with week 9 bye, that's great.
I've done a few drafts just for the lulz, and I got 90% of them having the same bye week and just fade that week.
They took Olave right before you, but your high exposure pick is here.
He might be one of my highest exposure picks at this point. The issue is, do you want the wide receiver 2 on Miami or Philly? And it's probably smart to do it on Miami. I'm homering it a little bit.
That's your guy. Yeah, you're bigger than Devontae. So, Josh, on yours, I'll tell you, for best ball, unless you get one of those rushing quarterbacks, my personal opinion is just to fade quarterbacks till later. There's no need to take, it depends on how they fall. If you want to look at Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert, but in best ball, I find myself loading up on skill positions, and then I'll settle with Daniel Jones and Geno Smith or Jared Goff or Derek Carr, right? Guys that in best ball you're going to get really in any format, but especially in this best ball format, you can get late, super late.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I've dabbled in a little bit of best ball, not underdog best ball. So riddle me this. It says QB, RB, wide receiver, tight end. Of course, there's no spots for selecting who starts where it's best ball. So there's 18 picks. It's just 18 of as many of those 4 spots as you got.
Yeah, so it's 1 QB, 2 running back. Does this one have different starting stuff that we didn't pay
Mine just says
attention
QB,
to?
RB, wide receiver, tight end.
Does this one RB? Zach, look at the thing. No, it's 2 RB.
No, it says, so look at your roster. So on the screen, you can see here, 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 1 flex, 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, 10 bench. So that is how the roster goes, Josh. They will play like people in those positions. And so you want to fill it out because that's why receivers are kind of maybe more important in this format because they're going to play 3 and you still get a flex.
And you get a flex. So my hope by picking Diggs in round 1 happened. Josh Allen fell to me at the 3-5.
Got the stack.
He came back to me on the 3rd round, picked up Mark Andrews.
Nice.
Hey, that's a good pick.
Agreed.
So Nolan through 3 rounds. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Smith. Looking good there. So, but best ball does have a roster. It is going to play only a certain amount of people in a certain amount of positions, but it plays the best that you have on your team. So, all you got to do is get good people on the team, and they'll take care of it.
It's my favorite part. I always hate the are you going to nitpick your lineup and change and micromanage it, and that's just I always end up fucking myself somehow. So that's why I like this.
Tinkering is the worst.
I am a noted tinkerer, and I hate it.
The worst feeling in fantasy football is taking somebody out of your lineup and then watching them explode for 50 points on your bench. I mean, that's the worst feeling in fantasy football. Oh, come on, Jackie Moon. All right, here we go.
Jackie Moon. What a good name.
All right, so this happened in the same draft. I'm trying to decide if I need to change my exposure or not because last time I went Najee and Jerry Jeudy in the same spot, and I can do that exact same thing here.
I'm fading Najee.
I'm going to go Jerry Jeudy. I think, the Broncos didn't have a lot of good looks. But Jerry Jeudy looked good.
Jaylen Warren got too many snaps with the ones for me to be super comfortable with Najee this high.
Maybe it's just maybe it's just a little workload management.
He doesn't catch the ball, man, and Jaylen Warren catches it very well.
It's true.
And if they're throwing the ball like they looked like they can that first game, they're going to be chucking it.
This guy goes Debo. I bet don't go Brees. I'm fading him. I actually do go Brees. That's great.
No, everybody's fading Brees. His ADP is going to fall so far.
Josh, what's your draft shaping up to be? Have you made another pick yet?
Yeah. So, I got Bijan, Saquon, Mark Andrews, and first receiver I got was Jerry Jeudy. He's going to have a big year.
Hey, I just took him.
I don't know that I'll ever let Cortland Sutton hurt me again. I learned.
All right, I think I'm going to skip another running back here. I was going to take ETN, but maybe I'm going to take a receiver and then see where we end up. I'm actually going to reach just a little and go down to a guy that looked good, and people are saying he's going to do what Stephon Diggs did for Josh Allen.
I thought that's what you were going to do.
So, I actually I jumped down. I'm going to take DJ Moore. He only had, Justin Fields only had passes that went for 1 million yards that were caught at the line of scrimmage. But if DJ Moore does for him what Stephon Diggs did for Josh Allen, I'm here for it. It's the same kind of format. A athletic quarterback who's kind of struggling the first couple of years. They get a veteran receiver to come in. So let's go DJ.
So why are people so low on Mixon this year? What's going on?
Legal issues. Still have the legal issues.
I know he was in court yesterday.
All it is?
Yeah, the dude was like a top 10 back last year. I think he was 10. I say top 10. I think he was 10.
He was number 10 PPR last year. He was 4 the year before.
Yeah, but with the way the running backs are going, they took that other guy in the draft, Chase Brown, and he's got these legal issues.
I thought he was undrafted.
Even worse.
Yeah.
They took him
a lot of those this year.
Yeah, a lot of those this year. And then they restructured his deal, right? So how many running backs have a history of restructuring their deal and that being like an in the long run great thing for their outlook with the team. So all right, Nolan, what are we doing here?
So my draft is going to be a callback. Commanders top 10 offense this year. We're going Scary Terry.
Scary Terry.
He's on a lot of people's do not take list.
You know what? Take it.
Josh coming for your picks, Nolan.
Hey, man, I don't give a shit. I'm sticking by what I said.
I've learned in all fairness that fantasy football is not quite the same without trolls.
That's good.
Dirty job.
That's what I'm here for, honestly.
It's a dirty job. So yeah, best ball. We did a redraft mock. That's also, it's a totally different format. Best ball's fun. We highly recommend it. You can use FFAF has a code to get you an extra $100 when you do your first deposit of $100 on the Underdog website. So in the link to this video, I will put that code so that you can get you a free $100. Play with house money on the first couple of drafts.
I just feel like in best ball, you just need to go ceiling. I feel like floor is so much less important, especially in tournaments like this when you're putting in so many teams into the same tournament. You're just shooting for ceiling. I feel like if you want to take the gamble guy, these are the kind of times to do it.
For sure. Like if you're going to take Justin Fields, this is the draft to do it in.
This is the draft to do it.
Yeah. If you think he's got a chance to get out there and get 12 touchdowns and go to the Super Bowl a la Jalen Hurts.
I have heard multiple people say MVP, and it makes me sick.
A Bears quarterback with MVP.
No, it's a gross thing. I mean, he was number 5 last year, but he's got to figure out his passing so much to get close to that.
No, he had 250 yards passing and 3 touchdowns in his first preseason game this year.
You can shut your mouth. Those were all on the receiver. They were behind the line of scrimmage, both passes.
Oh, that's wild. So, Josh, Justin Fields had two for sure, maybe 3 passes total that were caught for I think the farthest air yards was 11 yards, and they went for long touchdowns, a 63-yarder, a 50-yarder, and maybe something else I'm remembering. And people were like, "Oh my God, look at his stats!" It was 3 passes total.
So let me ask you this on the hot take front. I don't know if y'all talked about this yet, but did Tyler tell you about his wager with Debro?
Nope.
From Fantasy Pros. Well, they announced it today. It's official. A-Rich is the starter for the Colts. The question is he a top 12 or better quarterback this year?
No. If he is, it's solely because of running. I just don't see it. He was so bad in college. He cannot have improved that much but in 1 year.
There's no way.
No time to get better other than just a few snaps in the preseason. There's no way.
And we saw Florida version of Anthony Richardson in his first preseason action where he was, big play threats or nothing.
Granted, Alec Pierce did drop that touchdown. That should have been it.
Yeah, and maybe if Alec Pierce catches that 40-yard bomb for a touchdown, we're going maybe Anthony Richardson could do it, but he didn't. Outside of that, he just kind of looked like a rookie quarterback in his first NFL action, and so it's gonna be a year of ups and downs. To answer your question, Josh, and I wouldn't anticipate. I mean, he's got a ceiling of something like that, but I think his floor is the bottom half of the league.
Yeah. His floor is probably at bottom 28, but his ceiling is probably top 5.
Yeah,
I just don't see that.
Huge disparity there.
If I had to gamble, I would say 28 before I said 5.
All right, we're doing this. Noel, I'm telling you, this is the same. I'm going George Kittle here. This draft is just falling in such a way that I'm a huge fan. 3 weeks ago, Josh, on this exact same podcast, we discovered all at the same time that we were fading George Kittle for no reason.
We changed our own minds mid-show.
We invented an injury history that was worse than what it actually was. And outside of the 1 year where he did actually miss games, he's a top 4 tight end.
I mean, I like Kittle. My only thing is, and maybe it's just because of the guys he's playing with, I feel like drafting him, you're chasing touchdowns that may not happen.
Sure.
I mean, if Brock Purdy's the chosen one.
He is the chosen one, and he's going to choose to drop bombs on Debo, CMC, and Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of seeing ghosts, Josh, every time we do a seeing ghosts segment, I want to have you on so we can see your wife ghosting in and out of the frame, as she does that, because it's a perfect. I just saw her step over the baby gate and then walk around.
Excuse me, sir. She stepped over the fireplace next to my piano.
That's right.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say here at this pick, I'm gonna take Dameon Pierce. I was gonna go Sanders, but this dude's not playing yet.
Yep.
And it sounds like it's a health thing. So I'm gonna go my other guy at that spot. Take Dameon Pierce.
This area is why I was talking earlier. I kind of fade running back until a little later because there's just so much value right here. You've got so many RB1s still just sitting. Dameon Pierce, you just picked. Cam Akers, J.K. Dobbins if he's healthy, Miles Sanders if he's healthy. My sleeper of the entire fucking league is still David Montgomery. So we got Javonte, who's coming back, playing this week. James Conner, still an RB1. Like, there's just so much running back value still just sitting here. You can get so much high end at wide receiver those first few rounds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Especially, like I said, you're going to play at least 3 with your flex 4. So, yeah, maybe the option is, depending on where you draft in that first round, load up on elite wide receivers and then deal with everything else after.
So there's still RB1 sitting here that I can take, but I'm sitting on the Josh Allen's Diggs stack, Devontae Smith, who could be the wide receiver 1 there. I think he probably finishes better than A.J. Brown. Terry McLaurin, the wide receiver 1 on a team I think could be a top 10 offense. And then Deontay Johnson, who has to regress to the mean and at least score 1 touchdown this year.
Didn't see you stole Deontay Johnson.
I did. I stole your boy. And so I'm sitting here, and there are so many running backs I could take. I'm not going to reach, though. I'm going to pray one falls. But I'm probably looking at...
This is a Darren Waller pick.
I don't want to double up. So, honestly, I might be taking Mike Evans. But if I hadn't have already taken their inverses, I'd probably be looking at Pickens or Dotson there. I just have the wide receiver 1 to their wide receiver 2s. Pittman, high floor, low ceiling kind of guy. Not kind of looking for that in this kind of draft. I really did think about just reaching and taking Monty because I feel like he could end the year like a top 8 running back.
Yeah.
Because Gibbs is talented, yes. But he is, they don't like to run one running back. If he's going to be Jamal Williams, he's not going to score as much touchdowns, but I feel like he's going to touch the field more.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, everybody, we don't want to keep you an hour if we can help it. Thank you for jumping in and listening. We talked about running back update 3.0. We talked about our preseason week 2 hot takes. Really, it's week 1. The Hall of Fame doesn't count, but it's officially week 2 hot takes. We talked about, some underdog best ball drafts, and we got to finish this up, but we're going to do that in our time. So we appreciate y'all listening in. Please check us out. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. Both accounts. It's 3-Man Bunkbed. Josh, thanks for jumping on. We appreciate you being the 3rd bunk. And congratulations. Thanks. Congratulations on being the top bunk on your first visit in with us. We appreciate that. So,
it was nice.
Look, y'all,
I've always been a bottom bunk guy. So,
bottom bunk is
you have always been a bottom bunk guy. That's good. Nolan's bottom bunk because he lost first. That's why he's bottom bunk. So,
dude, I showed Nolan, by the way. We're adding something to our punishment this year. We're getting a magnetic bumper sticker that says, "Please be patient. I suck at fantasy football."
I love that.
That's happening.
All right, y'all. Well, look, we appreciate you. We will see y'all next week. 3-Man Bunkbed. We're out.
What up?